Queen Afua. I'm not sure if y'all know who she is, but I love her. She's like a spiritual, she does a lot of spiritual work. She talks about womb healing. She talks about relationships and spiritual journeys and all that on the podcast. You do, King Dre, she's amazing. You know how we have such, I'm gonna say it like this, low level conversations when you talk about body counts, and people are on here on these podcasts and saying their opinions about stuff. I just love when you take it to a whole different level, and when you talk about physically, spiritually, what's happening. She just broke a lot of that stuff down. If you get a chance to go check it out, brother, it is when we're on there, you know, when you go on there in the podcast are like, what's your body count? And they get in arguments about it. It's like, we having a whole different conversation when you're healing and you're elevating to different levels, right? That stuff is so like irrelevant, and it keeps us from connecting. And one of the things I love, I'm about to play this song, Bruddas, Bruddas, right, Danielle? But this one is by 1K Few as well, and on D1. Y'all know I love D1, but it's called Bruddas, right, Lisa? And they're talking about brothers. They're just saying how their relationship is. And on the podcast, I love how Queen Afua brought to the attention how men don't connect. She was like, girlfriends and women, they will get their emotions out. So yesterday, remember 12/7, Eugene Lopez was on here. I don't think he's here today, but you guys were kind of pushing back. We were talking about crying. She broke all that down, just like I was yesterday, you know, and there's a reason this stuff is happening. And her whole point, which I was about to scream, was that you have to do the work, period. If we want to heal as a whole, we all got to do the work. And so what she said is that men are starting to heal because women are demanding it. So a lot of women who've gone through whatever at our age range and age bracket are starting to say, hey, and my brother will tell y'all, that's the first thing I tell my brother. I'm always like, you can't even talk to me unless we can talk about your healing journey. That's what's happening. And I love that because it's forcing people to level up. How men have these walls up. It's like, yeah, you could choose to stay right over there. We are evolving. So why not try something different? If you've been doing the same thing, bumping into the same wall every time, why not try something different? He was told as a young kid, do not talk to people. Do not. He was given that direction, y'all. So growing up, you're popular in high school, you're blah, 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 all this, but you're like shut off and cut off because you've got this. And I think too, y'all, we gotta admit, some of us have secrets. Some of us have things that we do not want people getting close to us, right? Yep, those layers, right? Layers of hurt. And that's why we gotta do the healing J Music, right, Trinity? And it's not to jump on here and be like, what's wrong with this? It's just to create that space, y'all, where it's okay. And I had a clip yesterday, y'all, 12/7. I didn't post it, but 12/7 kept, and then I think Eugene said it too, but I was talking and y'all said it again, though, how men aren't supposed to cry. And I'm like, okay, if you're holding on to that belief while and I said it, I was like, you're talking to women, because there were women in the comments, we're telling you, and I know it's easier said than done. If we say to a man, you know it's okay to cry, you're not gonna hear that because you're still like, who was that just said about the layers? King Dre. Those layers, right, King Dre?